What's going on, guys? I figured we were just about due for another week in the life vlog. So for this week, we're going to do another midweek to midweek. So we're starting this on Wednesday morning. So we're here at the shop Wednesday morning. First point of call for today is to get this ready for tune. It's done a cam ankle sensor. There's a few other little wiring niggly bits that are shorting out and stuff, and a few other little issues we've got to sort out before we can actually get it tuned. But this is just a manual VUSS. It's got the Crow Cams 1250 in it, which is awesome. I really like that cam, so pretty keen to see how this goes. She's been a bit just old rubber hoses and stuff. All the hoses under here, all the vac hoses, are just splitting and just disintegrating. It's crap. So, but we've got to get the manifold off to do the cam angle sensor. So the other big one for today is hopefully get the engine back in this thing. You'll see this in another video specifically for it. So it's in here. We're just waiting to get the heads back hopefully today, and then we've got to start fly cutting pistons. And we've got to swap the cam this morning and stuff. But anyway, again, I won't go into it too much because you'll see it in its own video, which would probably be out before this one's out. So I'll link all of the videos of all these cars that come into this vlog in the corner, whichever, that one. Anyway, it's getting a bit squishy in this engine room, so I figured while Rex is sorting out that ute, I'm gonna start having a bit of a cleanup. This is all Todd's 1.5J stuff. It doesn't really have to be in here. Might be a little while until we see Todd's stuff back from the machine shop. This is leftover RB25 stuff from that R33, which can be pretty much packed up, sorted out, keep what we're keeping, yeet what we're not, and just get this area a bit tidied up so we've got a bit more room to move in here. Alright, that's a bit better. Got more room to move around in here. Managed to condense all the Todd stuff pretty much either down into there, and I made some room out in the storeroom for his other stuff. I don't want any of that outside the engine room because of mud wasps. That way I was able to move all Josh's 4A stuff out of the way. That's just a scrap box which can stay in here because we usually have scrap. And more room to move in here, which is awesome. The RB stuff just went on a pallet outside with old mate's old gearbox. Not too worried about that stuff because it's not going back on an engine because that engine's built. So that's all just leftovers really. Rex is cracking along with this thing, moving along. As you can see, we've got King Barra back here now, so we do need to get cracking into that at some point in the near future. It's freaking, we're so busy at the moment, it's not even funny. So we've got another 6 litre LS on a pallet down there. That is going into a Land Cruiser. We actually bought that with the 6L80 combo. We've actually pretty much at this point decided to ditch the 6L and go for a 4L80. We're going to be changing direction in the build a little bit, which is a bit of a shame because it means that we have to obviously cop that on the chin. We're going to have to refund him for the gearbox and stuff because we decided to change direction. But anyway, you get that. Basically, we can't find anyone to actually build this box for a 4-wheel drive. As soon as I tell them it's for a 4-wheel drive, no one wants to touch it, no one wants to warrant it. So we'll go 4L80 because we know it's safe, and we may even go down the road of boost. But I'll talk to the owner about that. So that's on the go. I'm trying to chase up a 4L80 core for that today, so I can try and get that underway. We've got another 6 litre manual over here. I actually have to split this and get this on a stand today because we've got a new sump there for it. So this combo came out of this crashed green ute, which is still here. We pulled that out start of the week. And it is going into a HQ chassis with a 49, I think it's a 49 or a 48 Dodge truck body. So we're doing like the whole body conversion, engine conversion, whole deal. Got a diff there for it. That's a Borg 178. So we're going to put some 3.7 gears in that and a good LSD to go in the back of it because it's just going to be staying aspirated. So that Borg 78 should do plenty. So we've got that on the go. That's something I've got to do today or try and do today, which is a bit wild at the moment. And then obviously the one in the engine room for this, which we'll hopefully have ready to go back in today. I don't know if we'll get it back in today. Fly cutting's going to take a while, so we'll just see. Anyway, I'll do a few more emails and stuff like that, and I've got to do a bit of marketplacing. I'm sort of trying to offload a heap of stuff on Marketplace at the moment because there's a deal that I want to pick up this weekend if I can get enough cash together, but I don't want to dip into any of our other funds. I'm trying to do it all just by selling off crap laying around, just because I think it'd be a cool story if I can do it. Righto, ute's pretty much ready to go. So with that sorted, still not quite 9 o'clock yet, so we'll get on to doing this cam swap. So this day got real fun real quick. This is a bit of a pain, having to fix other people's issues, supposedly professionals' issues. Anyway, disappointing. Righto, so we did manage to get that sorted, which is good. Cross was averted somewhat, so continuing on with that. Suppose I ought to get on to doing this, trying to get content of what Rex is doing as well. It's annoying, we've sort of done fairly well to dodge like the really, really severe summer. Up until now, it's so freaking hot. It's so nice in the engine room. I just want to sit in there. new sump on. What a prick of a job with a hanging engine. This thing's got a mad oil leak, which we worked out as a cracked sump, so that's cool. So anyway, now that we know what it is, probably continue with that. Make some room back on this pallet, put this back, and then I've got to go for a bit. Alrighty, let's go tough starter. Tough starter, eh? Ooh. It's nice that this thing sounds like an actual V8 after that iconic starter sound now. Not a bad daily, I must say. Alright, so now I've had some lunch, I've got to head into the big city. It's probably a good an hour's drive from here. I've got to go get a few things, look for a few things for this VE. And then on the way back, hopefully the heads that we're getting shaved are ready to go and we can pick them up. I can get them on the way back. That way we can get started on our fly cutting. So a bit of an afternoon. It's going to be a few hours, a little bit of gallivanting around. All right, I'm back. It's gone 394, which is awesome. Yeehaw, happy days. Got the heads for the 6 litre here, which have been shaved. So I've got to clean them up, get all the swarf out of them. Got a few other things while I was out as well. So we can get on to continue with the 6 litre. Do some measuring. So I picked up this absolute beauty of a bandsaw the other day for cheap, which is freaking awesome. I was hoping to get a blade for it today while I was out, but no one had blades to suit, so I just got to order some blades online, but it's gonna make some fab really good. I bought this. I also bought like just a little belt sander, but both of these are enough to do 4-inch pipe, which is, you know, as far as performance work, it's hardly ever do anything bigger than 4-inch. So both of them are small enough and compact enough to stay out of the way and not take up too much room in the shed, but both of them should be able to do exactly what we want to do when we're doing automotive fab. So stoked to have these two things. Hopefully neaten up and accelerate fab work a lot. Just got to get the a blade sorted. I have to order one online. All right, started on the measurements so that we know how much to fly cut this thing. Didn't quite get to doing both intake and exhaust yet though. We ran out of time, so pretty much time to head home. It's about 10 to 6. While I got all that stuff, it was out today. Rex picked up a heap of parcels that arrived, which is awesome. So I've got mounts for that thing that I just put the sump on, which means when the chassis gets here, maybe tomorrow or maybe the next day, we've got the sump on and the mounts ready to go to get that engine directly into that chassis. Underneath it is an air filter I was waiting on from an order yesterday, which is happening next week. And then under that is another order of stuff we're waiting on for the R33, which we still don't have a tail shaft for. Fog wind. Hey, buddy. Righto, guys. It's Thursday morning. I have to apologise. I actually totally just forgot that I was doing one of these. Last night after we got home, just ate, got the little man to bed. I did a little bit of just sorting out orders for the online store and sort of got to bed at Eddie's now, so that's all good. Had a terrible sleep because the young fella kept us awake. But back here this morning. Had a bit of a later start this morning, but we're just getting on to the fly cutting of this thing, which is going awesome. Getting that happening. So while Rex has been ticking along with that, I've just been filming as much as I can, and I've just been literally catching up on emails and orders and stuff like that again. Didn't really get to do much of it yesterday. I was pretty busy on the tools yesterday, so catch up today. I've got a mate, was meant to go to Nanango back to Kingato to pick up another piece for this, the valley cover, but the pulsar that I'm trying to sell to fund this thing I was talking about, it's one of the things I chucked on Marketplace the other day. I've got a mate from Kingaroy that's going to come pick it up, so he's going to be able to pick up that from Kingato on the way through, which saves me a trip there, which is freaking awesome. So I'll probably go down and get that running and get it up here ready for him. Chassis delivery for a hot rod build. Another one gone. All right, so little blue Pulsey's gone, which is awesome. Well on my way to achieving what I wanted to achieve by getting rid of a few things. So now that that's done, Rex is cracking on with this. Talk to the owner, we're going to do some stuff about these heads. Anyway, again, you'll see that in the video, but we've been desperately needing to do a dump run for a few days. Dump's been closed until today, so now that it's dump open day, going to get the XR8 ute and do a dump run. All right, big bad XR8. Rub, 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 rub. Droney, droney, droney. Oh yeah, dump run. Flynn says, hurry up and rebuild this thing, Dad. I want a moto. Crap. All right, so dump run sorted. The friggin' uterus XR8 here, split a rad tank on the way home. So luckily they're the same layout as a barrel one, so we do have spares. So I'll replace that tomorrow. Just finishing getting this head sorted for the 6 litre. Rex is starting to put it back together in the engine room. I messaged old mate that I wanted to get this car off. He's a goer with what I offered him, so we're going in the morning to get that, which means I've got a bit of stuff to sort out this afternoon. So at the moment, just got to get this other head ready for Rex so that he's got the 2 heads to continue putting this engine together, and then I'll start working on getting that sorted. So lost a bit of time this morning, or when I was talking to our mates that actually bought that Pulsar off me. They're old friends, haven't seen them in a little while, but they were able to pick this up from Kingato in the Nango and bring it with them, which saved me a trip to Nango, which saved me heaps of time today, so that was awesome. So even though I lost time talking to them, I made it up by not losing the time having to go get that. So just dropped this goddamn head onto my finger and thumb while I was trying to retrieve a lock that fell through and was stuck underneath it and smashed my thumb. It's an awesome way to continue the afternoon. All right, but the heads are ready. I've got those ready. Still assembling. Rex has got this side mostly sorted, so this is all coming together. Actually pretty excited about the video that I'm making for this thing that we're doing, the one that Rex is assembling in the engine room. Trying a bit of a new format, which I think not only should make the content better, a bit nicer to follow and nicer to watch, but also this new format doesn't disrupt the workflow as much. It allows me to sort of film more naturally as the workflow is progressing, rather than having to stop and take shots and things like that, which sort of is helping. You know, it would be helpful at the moment considering how busy we are getting ready for the year. So definitely something I want to try out, and I'm keen to see how it goes. Anyway, I'll quickly make tonight's upload public, and then I'll go and continue on with my afternoon. So this week's only been a 2 video week. Just been too friggin' busy to do any editing. Especially the video I released earlier this week was the big exhaust video for the WK, and it's probably honestly the longest I've spent editing a video just about since I started YouTube. I spent so long editing that video. There's so much in it. So that's sort of what I'm trying to start doing, trying to fit more into videos to make them more enjoyable to watch, and try and get the quality of the content better, which is what I've been trying to do for, you know, basically since we came back. I've been very transparent about trying to do that. So, and it definitely is working. So, you know, it is what it is. You trade off of obviously putting so much extra time into the content is that I can't put out as much, and that it just is what it is until I have someone to help me with post editing. That's how it's going to stay. Anyway, I'll sort this out tomorrow. Now I'll take the tough starter home and swap it for the missus car. Oh, never gets old. Whoops, whoops. Whoops. Terracan, not Terracanot. See how this goes. The last time I tried to tow with this thing, it shut an injector, so. And home, all before, you can't see my watch, but it is before 6 p.m, so yeehaw. Oh yeah, it's pad thai for dinner. Oh, sparrows. Sparrows o'clock and twin day. Also got a friggin' jumper on. Literally 2 days ago, I was sweating my ringer out, it was about 40 degrees. This morning I got a friggin' jumper on. What the hell has been with this summer? It's been retarded. Coffee first. Look at that. Oh, so as you can see, got rid of one Pulsar, traded it for another Pulsar. But as you can see, this one's special. It's also got Nismo stickers because it's gangster. So anyway, also check the spot. Oh yeah. So some of you might remember, I did a week in the life. Would have been ages ago, last year. I actually can't remember if it was a members only. I don't think it would have been, because it would have been before I was even doing members. But I had a mate that had a N14, a gold one, with a cammed SR20 in it, and he crashed it. And he pulled his SR out, had it sit in his shed for ages, and then he had to move, and he needed the SR gone. And he was in a spot of bother, he needed that thing gone, and I was like, hey, that blue N15. I was like, I'll grab it, I might put it in the N15 one day, but, you know, by the time I figured out what I'd need as far as just getting gearbox, CVs, shifter linkage, all that stuff to get it into the N15, I was like, it's not worth doing. It's going to cost too much. Anyway, so that SR, cammed SR20 front wheel drive, has just been sitting in the shed for literally well over a year now. And this thing popped up. It's got a damaged engine, damaged head, probably bent valves. I thought, beauty. grab that, chuck the cammed SR20 in it. It's going to be heaps of fun in the meantime. It's going to be good content, and you know, these things, N14 Triple S pulsars, especially cammed, you know, we've got the dyno there, we'll run it up, we'll get it sorted as best we can with the stock ECU. It'll have, you know, dyno shit in it, like printout and stuff. It'll tidy up, it should pull really good money. So really good opportunity for us to flick this and make some money, which we really do need at the moment. We need to recoup some losses from earlier in the week from that 6L80 debacle. So yeah, this is freaking awesome. Stoked to pick it up. It's actually pretty clean for its age, especially being red. None of the red's really that faded. It'll all come back with a bit of correction. A few dents we just got to try and pull. But overall, it's quite a clean car, so I'm pretty stoked with it. Bit of interior stuff we're gonna have to source and sort out, and obviously it needs new tint, but this thing, cammed up SR20, manual, N14, Triple S, should be fun. And back by 9, yeehaw. Rightio, unloaded, dropped the trailer, go and get my tough starter. Quick bite to eat, yogurt, muesli and honey. All right guys, back in the stator, back off to work. In literally the time that I was at home eating that little bit of brekkie, managed to score another N14 pulsar, which is getting delivered in about an hour. So it's not an SR, it's just an N14 pulsar, but I figured we'll be able to use it for any of the little interior bits that are broken or cracked. When I was unloading that N14, I realized it sort of needs corner lights, so we'll be able to swap them onto that thing. So the plan will be to get this N14, swap out any of the parts that we need off it, and then just try and flick it as just a basic N14. Just make our money back on it, but out of it we get good parts for the good car. So when life gives you lemons, eh? Righto, so while I ducked home and did that, Rex pretty much just kept going on this engine. It's getting pretty close to going back in the car very soon. Got back, I decided not to get this second pulsar. I talked to the guy. The few of the parts that I was hoping to get off it aren't in very good condition, aren't much better. So instead, I'm just going to duck over to his place hopefully this afternoon and just grab the few bits that I do want, and that'll be that. Saves us a little bit of coin and messing around, even though there probably might have been a little bit to be made in it, but not worth the time if it's not what we want. So come down for a hunt for a radiator to fix the XR8. Pretty sure I know there's one in this thing. Perfect. Man, frogs do be loving these door jams. All right, unfortunately they are different. The 6-cylinder radiator is way thinner than the XR8 one. You can see how thick that is versus this little thing, which is weird because that wagon, even towing and stuff, it never got hot. So obviously this radiator was plenty enough, but anyway, that sucks. I'm gonna have to try and hunt down another one. Right, so just had a quick look over the N14, just had a quick look through it, what parts are in there. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna need. Flogged the corner lights off it, then had some pad thai for dinner. Motor is in the VE now, so while Rex is sorting out just getting all the rest of that hooked up, I'm going to duck out and swap these parts over with this other one that we didn't end up buying, so that we've got some nice parts for this one. And we better grab some cash actually. That's what I'll do. And hopefully where I'm going as well, they might have an XR8 radiator to fix the ute. Fingers crossed. I hope so. If not, I'm going to be back on the hunt for one. Really need to get that ute sorted. So then by the time I get back, that SS should just about be running almost. Once it's running, come off the hoist and probably chuck the pulsar on the hoist, drag out the other SR and start swapping that over because I want that done pretty well ASAP. Obviously that's if we don't have a radiator to throw in the XR8. If we have a radiator to throw on that, we'll do that instead. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Righto guys, got some corner lights. Actually got some factory Nissan like light protectors, which is awesome, and they're in pretty good nick, which is wicked. Also got a driver's door rubber, which mine's missing, and that one of mine is also missing the passenger side door rubber. But that one there, actually, I couldn't get the passenger door open. It was just locked, like jammed shut. I managed to get the inside door handle off, and I could sort of play with the linkage, the rods a little bit, but that's about as far as I could get without having to pull the door card off, which you obviously can't do without the door open. So I don't know what was wrong with it, but you know, the owner wants to try and sell it to a wholesaler, so I don't want to go wrecking it. It's been an early day, but it's got to be also a late day today because that ute that's on the dyno is getting picked up this afternoon, and it's not getting picked up till late. So it's going to be a long day. So it seems we've got to wait around for that. I'll try and get stuck into this pulsar this afternoon while we're waiting, and yeah, hopefully get some progress made on it. I think for this pulsar as well, I'll make my own content on that too, so. That's better, much better. All right, so that's sorted. Do a big cleanup and do a big shuffle. Get the ute off the dyno so it's ready to go tonight. We'll get this onto the dyno so it's ready to go on Monday. The pulsar on the hoist and probably start doing this. Righto, so a little change of plans. Turns out to swap the radiator on this thing, being a Ford, I don't know why I didn't expect it, but you know, it is a Ford, so I probably should have. But going to be a much bigger job than I had actually first thought, or first anticipated. So we decided, seeing as it's such a pain in the ass to do, no point in doing it twice. We'll just order a new radiator, wait for it to get here, and do it once. So just park it up for now. It's out of action for a bit. So this thing's on the dyno, strapped down. Rex is draining the E out of it so we can start back on 98 again. And so it means we'll get started on little beastie. Oh yeah, she's looking good. Stoked. All right, so Rex has drained all the E out of that, filled it 98. Had a bit of a look over this and did some filming. The boys that are coming to get the ute are not going to be until like late, so I'm gonna head home and eat and put the young fella to bed and stuff, and then come back to deliver that ute to them. They're actually old mates of ours that we haven't seen in quite a long time, so we'll probably hang around for a little while and catch up with them for a while. So it'll probably be a pretty late night, but anyway, no point hanging around here waiting for them. May as well go home and eat dinner and stuff. So, you know, it's really cool that we can do that because we live literally down the road. So that's a massive plus. All right, quick footage transfer, and all of a sudden it's after 6. So time to jump in the starter and head home. Ate a delicious meal for dinner, put the boy down, back here. So while I'm waiting, may as well start on the pulsar, just start tinkering with trying to get the loom. I don't know, just see how we go. All right, cracking along with this. Managed to get a fair bit of stuff disconnected. It's coming along. So boys just got here to pick up this ute, so dog boys. All right, well, now this is happening. Hey, this is new. What's the time? Oh God, here we are. Bit of effing loose up in here. Hey, you gotta blow that thing up.
You gotta blow that thing up. We're just testing out Dad. Don't worry about it.
Not bad. A few late night antics. All right, well, that was lackluster. What? She's no 610 horsepower truck, mate. You've been lied to all your life. Oh, yeah, definitely bedtime for me. All right, time to head home, finally. Only started at 5 o'clock this morning. Goddamn Fridays. All right, bit of a late start this morning for obvious reasons, but we're here. Got a birthday party to go to today at about 11, so as long as we get this engine out today, I'll be stoked. I'll worry about getting the other engine in on Monday. So since we came back from break, Sunday's been pretty much a strictly not working in the shed. Still doing a bit of editing and stuff on Sundays, but mostly just been watching the Supercross and having a day off. Having a break over Christmas after working nearly every day for like 2 years prior. It was sort of really good as far as just getting a bit refreshed and stuff, and starting to see the importance of at least having one day to just rest, recharge, have a bit of a mental break, not deal with anyone, not answer the phone or anything, and just not be in the shed working. So Tomorrow is a no work day, but the lawn's getting ridiculous, so we're probably gonna have to take the mower home today and do the lawns. Bloke just picked up an RB30 manifold we had in the container forever that we're never gonna use, so some more money in the stash. Recoup money for this thing. Cost us nothing but trash.
Fucking plugs on the knock sensor. Fuck them.
So, just jumped on Harry Forbes and finally ordered some bandsaw blades for our beautiful new bandsaw that we got here, and realised that this pretty much exact bandsaw new from Harry Forbes is not much more new than we paid for this, so. Anyway, live and learn. At least we know if this thing gives us any grief, just yeet it, buy a new one. I did not realise that you could get them that cheap. I'm sure last time I looked, the cheapest one was like 1,500 bucks. Anyway. All right. One engine out and gearbox and everything else. So I've actually got to bounce now, go to a birthday party. So that's all we really got time for this morning, but that's pretty good effort just for last night and this morning's short little efforts. That's good. So that's step one. Now we've just got to swap this thing with the camp on, get it back in, and yeehaw. All right, load up the jumping castle. Ready for a party. Whoops. Righto guys, back at the shed quickly. Do have a customer dropping a car off this afternoon, so back to meet him. While we're here waiting for him, he shouldn't be too far, but we're gonna load up the car trailer with the Rodeo and take the big bad mower home because our lawn desperately needs doing. So we'll look at doing that maybe this afternoon by the time we get home, but definitely probably look at it tomorrow. Yeah, the Rodeo. Honestly, I've been really thinking about starting to make some content with this thing. I feel like it would do probably pretty well on YouTube. So, one of those things. We'll get to it. All right, so Old dropped his wagon off. Mower's loaded up, heading back to this party now. Come back and get the mower when we're done. Where are you going, bud? Where are you taking? Where are you off to? Righto. Party's over. Time to come back, get the mower, go home, start mowing the damn lawn. All right, home again with the beastie. Got about half an hour to do some mowing. Trying to get around the house done. Rodeo. How's this freaking mower though? What a boss. This thing cuts down mowing time here by like half with the other ride-ons. Thing's a beast. Absolute boss, motherfucker. Seriously, look at this grass. This is 2 weeks. Last time we left it 3 weeks and it was like a jungle. It's insane how quickly this shit grows. But also, look at this absolute beast. What a boss. Yeah, boy. Pack her up, boys. Supercross Sundays.
Maybe watch what other riders are doing in certain sections. Definitely, and also
Glendale, let's go. Fantasy picks in. Let's get it. So this is the Sunday morning setup. Watch the Supercross time practice. Do some editing. Get some of this done for the week. Hang out with the fam bam. We're actually going to go do something this morning, which is cool. What do you reckon, buddy? Waffles? Ice cream? No, he's busy. TV's on. Hey, West, the local kid, turning it up in the supers. In the futures, I should say. Upper. Let's go, Hunter. Let's get it, boy. And we're off to do some stuff. Yeah, get out of the house a bit, buddy. Woohoo! Terracan. What do you reckon, Flynn? Hey, what are we up to, buddy? Alright, back to keep on some editing before the actual night show starts. And while I'm doing this, Rex is just keeping on doing some mowing. Yeah, boy! Righto, Supercross finished, so it's playtime. Isn't it, buddy? Can do some truck riding. Flynn's just got to be able to see what's going on with the mower. Hey, buddy. What a beast of a mower, though. Woo, what a ripper. Mum's refilling nappy bin cassettes. Hey?
Living the life.
It's a team effort. Got a video uploading. Flynn's over here cooking dinner. What are you making, Flynn? What's cooking? He says Seath Bog and Roth. Alright, load her up, let's go. Unload this beast, and then it's tune day for respec here, which is good. We've also got an appointment with a scrap guy finally coming out. Obviously one of our main concerns with this place, or one of the main issues with running this business here is there's no rubbish collection or scrap collection or anything like that. It does make it pretty hard with waste and scrap and things like that. So got a bit of an appointment with the blokes coming out, try and clean the place up a bit, and maybe even hopefully sort out some sort of regular collection in the way of a skip or something. Will make it a lot nicer to operate here. So anyway, Rex is sorting that out. I'll probably keep on going with this thing, try and get the other SR out of the way, try and get this sort of, I would like to have this sort of back together so I can get it off the hoist today. That way we can sort of get the wagon in here on the hoist, because that was dropped off on Saturday out there, because we're meant to be doing a bit of exhaust work on it, so I'd like to sort of get it on the hoist to do that. But we'll see how we go. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. After yesterday morning sort of brunch waffles with Darcy, who's the bloke who sort of lives locally here that I really wanted to get working for us, but he's not really too keen to do it full time, which is fair enough, but he's still not gone back to work yet, so he's talking about he could come and do a few days this week if we want him to. So after today we'll probably have him out here. So what we'll probably do is, once this is tuned, I'm thinking we'll move the dyno out of the way, get this sort of fairly free. That way hopefully we can get the wagon in on the hoist, and we can move the chassis in to just the concrete here and sort of get it up on some jack stands and stuff and start sorting out the diff and stuff for it so it can be rolling. And that way hopefully it'll time pretty well that, fingers crossed, that chassis will be rolling and movable by the time the wagon's off the hoist, so it can go on the hoist and the wagon can go on the dyno. Logistical chairs. And at some point this week we've really got to start making some more moves on the big wags. Really got to get this motor and box out and stuff and get the firewall prep for paint so that we can paint on a good day when we get one. Before we do that, we've got to take a measurement for the tail shaft so we can get that underway and start getting that made. Because yeah, basically once that firewall's painted and the other engine's built, it can go together for the final time. Hopefully by then our tail shaft's ready to get here and we can put the tail shaft in. And you know, from there there's really stuff all stopping us from actually getting this pretty much finished. Plus if we can get this engine and box into that chassis, gets it off the floor, frees up another pallet, everyone's stoked. And then we can sort of look at the end of this week, hopefully getting the body that's meant to go on that chassis over here so we can start doing that. Anyway, just a bit on. Not looking forward to trying to fish this SR out, but at least the CR's not as far forward as I thought. So hopefully when I move that engine, I can just sort of cock the CR on the stand without having to move it. Should be able to drag that out. So between Rex and I and Darcy, hopefully this week we can really make a pretty big dent in a lot of this stuff here. I've got heaps of just invoicing computer crap to do as well, chasing up parts. I've got to chase up a radiator for the ute this week now. Heaps of stuff to chase up, so it's just frustrating, you know. You sort of plan your day around two people doing work, but then some days I end up literally not getting off the computer till 3 in the afternoon, just from invoicing, chasing stuff up, quoting. Like it's freaking hard. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. There's all that stuff I talked about at the end of last year, where I sort of really wanted to move away from these full builds and just move more so just into tuning, which hasn't really worked out that way. But I've sort of just been, instead, all of these conversions and big jobs we've got coming up, I've really just been quoting them. I suppose you'd say quoting them right, with realistic expectations of the time involved, so that these people have a pretty good understanding of how much time actually goes into these things and a pretty good idea of how much it's actually going to cost them. So at the end we don't have to sort of come to the party, because when we end up, basically we end up getting paid for more of our time, which is what we needed from the start. So we'll see how these big ones go that we've got lined up. Hopefully we can make some decent money out of them, and see sort of how that pans out, while we're in this transition where I'm trying to really move into more tuning. But anyway, there's no set process. It's just take it as it comes and wing it and doing the best we can. Anyway, even though what I sort of wanted to implement for the business hasn't particularly worked out the way I want to yet, at the very least, what I wanted to implement for the channel that I talked about at the end of last year, it's going awesome. So, you know, so far as I'm filming this, I've done a few videos through 2022, a lot of which I've put a lot of time and effort into the post-production and making better quality content, and it really has shown. A lot of people have commented about how much it's showing, which is freaking awesome. Not only that, obviously, as I said, we started really sorting out our own cars this year. V80s just about sorted, ready to get back registered. Been working on this thing, so and that's like I've been talking about doing the Rodeo and things like that, because as I found with the Statesman, these cars do way better on YouTube than I expected. I think the reason is that these are cars that people actually own. You know, they're achievable. They're the sort of cars that people actually want to modify, want to know about. So doing them seems to do well for the channel. Not only that, but just doing a few things to our personal cars. Obviously, we're using the main channel to increase the equity of our own property, which allows us to sort of move forward in that way as well. So at least that's going wicked. So that's why I really want to sort of get going with the Rodeo and start doing a few things to it. Just a few things that'd be cool content, I reckon. You know, the Yellow Tunner's not far from being done. Statesman's moving along, Cruiser's nearly sorted. We're going to start doing a few things to the XR6 Turbo. Hopefully get the VS sorted this year. Mighty Pulsar here that we're doing, you know, trying to get a few of our own things happening. I've also been putting a lot more effort into the members only stuff to try and increase memberships, which is, you know, obviously going to develop the channel that way as well. So it's all happening. It's just slow. Anyway, that's enough babble. Just wanted to get out sort of where we're at. So we'll get into today. This was probably pretty silly to put this on the pallet jack, because now I need the pallet jack to get the other SR out. But we didn't have any other pallets or anything free or anywhere to do it. So just going to sort it out. About the only thing that hasn't really gone in the direction I was hoping it would this year yet was sort of the help that I was hoping to get. I talked last year a little bit about how I was hoping to get a bit of help from a few people as far as post editing and with the channel and with getting the videos to a higher standard and doing all that. That's sort of not really happened. There's been a lot of talk about it, but you probably noticed from watching this that I'm not really the sort of person that likes to wait around. I really am just a get in and get it done sort of person. And yeah, a lot of the sort of people that I've been trying to get to help me are more so they do things in their own time sort of thing, which is fair enough because they've got other stuff going on as well. Obviously, this isn't their full-time job like it is for me. So basically everything you're seeing as far as the channel goes, as far as the improved quality of the production and everything else, that's all been me. I've not yet really had any help. And as you can see from watching this, it is pretty hard to get the time to actually do it. So it's hard, but anyway, I'll just keep trucking and keep going, moving forward. Also, for anyone who didn't already know, I have made a sister channel for all of the motorcycle antics that I didn't really want to flood on this channel. So it's called Boost Gumps MX. I'll put the link to it up in the corner. So if you haven't already gone and checked it out, go and check it out. You can see a bit more of me. Obviously, it's a bit of a secondary thing. I don't get a lot of time to do this channel, let alone another channel, but it is just a bit of fun for me to put motorbike stuff on. Righto, time for some Yeehaw juice. This thing really cranking some numbers. Power tune finished on the big girl. Time to just do a little bit of box tuning for the new cam and setup, and then it's ready to go out the door. Do a bit of a cold start tomorrow. Should be sweet. Time to go do some gearbox tuning. How much do Mondays suck when you got to drive things like this? Righto, SS is sorted. Sent a few invoices. Looked for a radiator for the XR8. So now I suppose we'll keep going with the big Pulsey for a bit. All right, now to dig out that SR. All right, not bad progress. Got the other SR nearly ready to go on the Pulsar in the morning, so that's pretty good. Old one's on there on the pallet. I'll keep that for one day when maybe I want to do a turboed one. So I made some room for the SS to come in for the night, and It's time to head home. Oh yeah, satay chicken. Yeah, boy. Tuesday. So cold start on this is all good. So actually just draining the water now. We'll get some coolant in it. Get the air dam on the bottom back on, and then it's going home today. Righto, a few more invoices, phone calls, other boring office stuff. So now it's time to continue on with the big bad Pulsey. There's just a few more things I want to transfer over onto this engine from this one. Some better quality stuff, some newer stuff. Definitely want to put the black cover on it. I also want to take that cover off just to check what cams they actually are, because I still don't actually know. So anyway, you'll see all this on this content, which is, again, probably already out if you're watching this. So go check it out. Righto, so couldn't actually really identify the cams just by any markings, but we did some testing with the dial gauge and the mag base and stuff. And some rough testing, we figured that these intakes are 264. And the exhaust is like a 256, and they're both around 11 mil lift, so actually pretty staunch little cams. So it's pretty exciting. That between that and that exhaust and stuff that came off it, like, yeah, it's gonna be sick. Alrighty, SR's in the Pulsar, taking along with that. Commodore's gone, it's been picked up. Satay chicken for lunch. Oh yeah. Okay. Righto, I got the missus to pick up a few things for the Pulsar on her way back from grocery shopping, and she's going to grab a battery when she gets the young fella from daycare as well. And this thing's just coming along all right. Getting there. All right, Mumsy did some more dropping of parts off. Got a battery for this big girl, and it's running. The lump lives. So actually so pumped for this car. I'm so excited about this thing. It's ridiculous. It's so lumpy.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, listen to how lumpy it is.
At first we thought it was just running like a bag of shit, but I think it's just...
It's sick. So, it's not bad. This thing's running again. At this stage, basically just needs tyres, and then it's ready for the dyno. And as far as I can tell from just looking around underneath, I think that should be all it needs. Aside from, obviously, I need to put the dash all back together and stuff, but should be all it needs for roadworthy too, apart from inside. So that's pretty cool. Bit of a nature walk, buddy. Bandsaw blades arrived, so giving this a test run. Seeing how it goes. Oh, lamb kebabs, tater tots. What more could you want, buddy? Oh, just did a heap of editing. I'm cooked. I'm so tired. And just like that, it is Wednesday, my dudes. So, second night in a row last night of the young fella keeping us awake for pretty much all night. So, super duper tired. But anyway, big day of shuffling stuff around today. We can finally get this red rocket off the hoist now that the engine's in and running and it's driving and movable. Gonna just do a big tidy up. We'll get that back under the bench, get that out, get the wagon out there on this hoist to do some work, and then we'll get rid of some of this cardboard, move the dyno out of the way, and get the chassis up into the backside of the shed so we can start getting this engine combo in that chassis and getting the diff in it and get it rolling as well. And hopefully by the time it's rolling, that wagon can come off this hoist and the chassis can go on this hoist, and by then the wagon should be going on the dyno. That is the plan. And then Friday we've got another tune, the old purple supercharged 383 VY1 tonner that we built last year, finally coming back to get the tune finished off now that the owner has finally sorted out tyres and everything else we were waiting on for the dyno. So pretty excited for that on Friday. Righto, done the big cleanup as best we can. I don't know what we're going to do about this cardboard. It's really not burning weather. It's hot and dry. It's not windy, it's pretty still, but still I'd rather not burn it. But anyway, we'll see what we can do with it, because we do need to make room so we can move the dyno here to get the chassis in and get it started. Get started on that. So I've actually got a bloke coming out to do some hours today as well. I'm going to get him to do some work on the big wags here for us. Basically the way we're looking, the way jobs are being booked up, we are friggin' so busy, it's not even a joke. So at the moment I am trying to work out some kind of accommodation at home so that, you know, in those really busy weeks, we can hopefully try and get people like old Adam the Creature that you haven't seen for a while, but he's still around. So if we've got somewhere for someone to stay, sleep, we can feed them sort of thing, we might be able to get a few people out to sort of just help us out, you know, later in the week. A lot of those blokes finish work on Friday fairly early, so they can sort of come out after work Friday, do a Friday afternoon and a Saturday for us, and that would help us quite a bit, which is why I want to start being proactive in actually moving the dyno out of the way so there's an extra work area, because we don't like tuning on Fridays and Saturdays normally anyway, because of obviously neighbours. So generally we try and not tune Friday and Saturday. Obviously special occasions we do have to, but given that case, I figured we book all our tunes Monday to Thursday afternoon, pack up the dyno, move it out of the way. We've got an extra bay, and you know, Friday, Saturday, we can have an extra pair of hands here, and even just that will go a long way. So that's what we're trying to move towards, because yeah, we just keep getting more and more work. It's crazy. It's good. It's really good, but it's a lot. It's very, very much. All right, got the wheels on. Now we just drive it. Just scoot, scoot. Drive the thing. Drive it into here, out of the way.
You just advance it at the end. Just put a little bit of weight on it just to hold this end up. That's it.
Yeah, looks weird. Haven't seen a free bay in forever. You could just drive on all the way through. Wouldn't even have to stop. Don't even collect $200.
You could have gone that way for dyno and jumped it.
yeah, just make sure you go fast enough. That's what I used to do on the postie box when they were running. Just to get on the beers and go jump the dyno. So just waiting for the owner of the wagon to sort of decide what he actually wants us to do, which is, it's a little bit frustrating because it's already been on the hoist for 3-4 hours sort of thing. We're sort of just waiting for word on what the hell's going on with it, which, you know, it's annoying, but anyway, got to make sure the customer's happy with what's going on before you go ahead and do it. Otherwise you can't expect them to pay for it. So anyway, that's all right. In the meantime, time to get the chassis into that area that we've just made room for so that we can sort of get started on doing what we've got to do to that. Hopefully by the time we've done that, old mate with the wagon's decided what way he's going to go. That way sort of Rex can crack on with the chassis, can get Darcy here to start cracking on with the exhaust side of that wagon, and I can sort of start actually catching up on some bookwork and sort of just give either one of them a hand whenever they may need it. Is sort of the idea of hopefully having the extra person here. Anyway, not that that's all we got to do. We've got about a million freaking things to do, so see how we go. Righto, got the cell out of the big girl, so Darcy can get started on what's going on with this thing. Rex is well underway with this. He's been retrieving parts from the paddock to get it underway, getting the diff in there. He actually put the old yellow rig to work.
Yeah, yep. Well, when I started, it was only on 7 cylinders.
Huh.
I don't know why, it just suddenly came back. So
There you go. Temperamental, does what it wants.
I hope it's not a sticky lift though.
No, I'll just rev it harder. Should be right. More fuel pump RPMs, right? Anyway, I gotta go for a drive, get some stuff for this thing. And yeah, happy days. Just went to check that I had rags and stuff in Tough Stato to go pick up some things, and forgot that I had this thing in the boot still from Saturday, which I still need to set up and dry out properly. So get it happening so it can dry out for a bit. And then I've got to go pick up some steel. So get out, get it all happening. So obviously really awesome to be able to actually go and get some things and still have progress being made, which is the awesome thing about having more people. Is yeah, a lot of time that I have to spend going and getting things or doing invoicing or bookwork or whatever. things can still be happening. So anyway, let this dry out for a bit, pack it up properly. All fucking going on here. A little bit of arts and crafts. The old boy's been busy clearing this out. It's pretty cool. Because we've got this diff just about ready to go in. Or ready to start welding the new stuff to get in there. 3 big girls coming along. We are moving along here and we managed to pull the cell out, sheet the floor, cut the spare wheel out, wheel out. Look at that. Got the cell back in, just need to fix up a few things back here, but this will allow us to run the exhaust when we want to run the exhaust. Open that right up. Yeehaw. Skits. Righto guys, not a bad day. Getting a bit done. Time to head home. Oh, low battery. No worries. It is just before 6 o'clock. So anyway, that's Wednesday to Wednesday again, guys, for you. So that's a bit of a indication on, I suppose, the time frame, how quick things actually happen, what's going on as far as through the week is concerned. As you can see, just freaking work for days, and it's just getting more. It's not slowing down, it just keeps getting more and more. So still trying to keep figuring out new ways to get more done, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. We just keep trucking along with it. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Peace out. See you. Bye.